Did you know that Nigeria, the country you're in, is home to the largest single cultural group in all of Africa? The Hausa people, a group whose history spans centuries, whose influence stretches far beyond Nigeria's borders, and whose cultural legacy is rich in art, architecture, and tradition. Today, we take a journey to explore the fascinating world of the Hausa people, their deep-rooted history, and their iconic mud brick masks, which showcase some of the most intricate designs in African architecture. The Hausa people are one of the most prominent ethnic groups in Nigeria, making up around 30% of the country's population. But their influence goes far beyond mere numbers. They are an integral part of the cultural fabric of West Africa, shaping everything from politics and religion to art and architecture. So, what makes the Hausa so unique? Let's dive into the history, architecture, and traditions that define this remarkable group. The history of the Hausa people. The Hausa people have a long and storied history that traces back over 1,000 years. They are believed to have originated in the region of present-day northern Nigeria and southern Niger, in a region called Hausaland. The history of the Hausa is tied to powerful kingdoms that flourished in the medieval period. The Hausa were once the rulers of many powerful kingdoms, with each one having its own rich culture and distinct traditions. Some of the most famous kingdoms include Kano, Katsina, and Zotso, which were major centers of trade, learning, and Islamic culture.
Hausa civilization dates back to the medieval period, and by the 15th century, they were an important player in the trans-Saharan trade routes. They traded gold, salt, and slaves, connecting the region with the rest of Africa, the Middle East, and even Europe.
The Hausa kingdoms also became prominent centers of Islamic scholarship after the spread of Islam across West Africa in the 11th century, which left a profound mark on their culture, architecture, and lifestyle. Islam greatly influenced the art and architecture of the Hausa people. Their traditional mud brick masks, with their striking designs, have become iconic symbols of their spiritual and cultural heritage. The iconic Hausa architecture. Let's talk about one of the most fascinating aspects of Hausa culture, their architecture, particularly their traditional masks, which stand as magnificent examples of craftsmanship and artistry. The Hausa are renowned for their use of mud bricks, which are made from a mix of clay, straw, and water. This material has been used for centuries, not only because it's readily available, but also because of its ability to keep buildings cool in the hot desert climate. What sets Hausa masks apart from others around the world is the remarkable attention to detail in their design. These masks often feature stunning, geometrically intricate patterns and beautifully crafted minarets that reach toward the sky, symbolizing the connection between the earth and the divine. One of the most famous examples is the Kano Central Mosque, a masterpiece of Hausa architecture. With its towering minarets, grand domes, and elaborate wall carvings, it serves as a stunning reminder of the cultural and religious.
Traditional Hausa architecture involves a deep understanding of symmetry, space, and craftsmanship. These buildings are more than just places of worship. They are symbols of community, identity, and the deep connection the Hausa people have to their faith.
In addition to mosques, the Hausa people have also built impressive palaces, homes, and city walls using mud bricks, often adorned with similar intricate designs. These structures tell the story of the Hausa people's deep connection to their environment, faith, and heritage, cultural traditions and values. The Hausa people are known not just for their architectural marvels, but also for their rich cultural traditions, respect for elders, and a strong sense of community. Their values emphasize hospitality. Hausa hospitality is legendary, with guests always treated with the utmost respect and generosity. When visiting a Hausa home, you'll be offered traditional dishes like tuwo shinkofa rice dish and miyon kuka, a savory soup made from baobab leaves, often accompanied by a warm welcome.
In our culture, sharing food and stories is a way of honoring each other. It's a deep-rooted tradition that has kept our communities close-knit for generations.
The Hausa language, one of the most widely spoken languages in Africa, plays an important role in maintaining the cultural unity of the people. It's a language rich with history, proverbs, and stories passed down through generations. Another key aspect of Hausa culture is their music and dance. Traditional music, often accompanied by drums and stringed instruments, is an essential part of every celebration, from weddings to festivals. Whether it's the rhythmic beats of the drums or the graceful movements of the dancers, Hausa music and dance are expressions of joy, unity, and cultural pride. Hausa influence across the Hausa people's influence isn't limited to Nigeria. As the largest ethnic group in West Africa, their culture and language extend into neighboring countries like Niger, Chad, Cameroon, and beyond. From trade to religion, from language to culture, the Hausa people have left an indelible mark on the entire region, playing an important role in the shaping of West African history and politics. In every country where they reside, the Hausa people continue to influence local culture, whether through trade, religion, or their renowned craftsmanship in textiles, pottery, and other arts. The future of Hausa culture, as Nigeria and the broader West African region continue to modernize, the Hausa people are finding ways to preserve their unique culture while adapting to the changing times. There are efforts to preserve the rich history of Hausa architecture, language, and traditions, ensuring that the next generation remains connected to the roots of their heritage, from the mud brick mosques to the vibrant traditions of hospitality, dance, and music. The Hausa people continue to be a source of pride and inspiration. Their cultural legacy is alive and well, and it will no doubt continue to thrive for generations to come. This is the story of the Hausa people, Nigeria's largest cultural group and one of Africa's most influential and rich traditions.